Okay, BSA, I could probably come up with something if I can get my file opened.
File it open. N8OQP. That'll start here in about a minute.
Okay, I do.
Okay, I'll get to you. Good evening. Calling all amateur radio operators. Welcome to the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club's Tuesday night VHF net. My name is Pat. The call sign here is N8OQP. However, for the purposes of this net, I'll be using the club call of Whiskey 8, Charlie, Romeo, Charlie. This is an open and directed net. All communications should go through net control, and all amateur radio operators are invited and encouraged to check in. And since this is there's always a possibility of emergency traffic coming through, we ask that you leave a short pause before transmitting so that any type of that traffic can drift in here. The purposes of this net is to bring together all amateur radio operators for the exchanging of amateur-related ideas and information. Also to keep members, club members, and the amateur radio public up to date and about club meetings and happenings, and to enhance, of course, the net operating practices. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Local time. We're going to go ahead and start with announcements, and then we'll go to, I'll ask for check-ins for any announcements or anybody, club members, what have you, that have announcements they'd like to get in the front of the net. So, with that, I will get back to that in a second. Once that's complete, I'll go ahead and ask for regular check-ins, of course, at which time I'll ask for your call, repeat it phonetically, and give me your name. I'm still kind of new at this hi, so there are people that I don't remember names very easily. I'm old. When all check-ins are completed, I'll go ahead and close the net after repeating the announcements and then asking for one final call. Now we're down to the announcements, which I only got a couple of them. This coming Wednesday, tomorrow actually, is our next meeting of the Crooked River Amateur Radio Club. We meet at kind of sort of in Ellet, I guess you'd call it. We're at near the corner of where 18 comes into, or East Market comes into 91. Everybody knows that intersection. We're actually on Ardwood, A-R-D-W, for Ardwell, A-R-D-W-E-L. I'll get it right, Keith. Give me a second. And it's 24 2409 Ardwell. If you need any information, you can ask me during the net, and we'll try to take care of you. Second announcement, in the same building, this coming Saturday will be we're going to do a VE test. Our first one, it'll be a Laurel, it'll be free. And the only thing you'll have to pay for is, of course, the FCC license when they come and ask you for it. But we are planning on starting at 9:30. You have to pre-register. By pre-registering, there's several places to do it. You can either go to the Laurel VE website, or you can go to our website at crarcham.org, and it's listed right on the front page, or you can go to our Facebook group, and it's posted in there also. We need a pre-registration starting about 10 o'clock, and we'll finish whenever we finish. I ask that you come equipped to take the test. Everybody knows how to, or knows what the details are. You can get that off the web easy enough. I think that's all the announcements for now. I did want to say that we have 2 people that are scheduled in so far, and it'd be nice if we could get at least a couple more. I'm going to have more VEs than I am people, or testers, let's put it that way. But, with that, sometimes what comes out of my mouth is amazing. Amusing. With that, I'm going to go ahead and ask for anybody with announcements. If you have an announcement for our net, please call on W8CRC.
KA8BSA.
Mr. Keith, forgot about you. Well, kind of, sort of. What's up?
Okay, I got 2 things. First of all, trivia question. All right, y'all listening? Are y'all listening? All right. Which of the following amateur bands most frequently for long path propagation? Which of the following amateur radio bands most frequently used for long path propagation? A, 80 meters. B, 20 meters. C, 10 meters. And D, 6 meters. And my second one, I guess there's an opportunity for some public service. The Summit County Aries is looking for people to help with the Akron Marathon, which is Saturday, September 28th at 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You sign up on the Summit County Aries webpage for more information. And it looks like the Portage Lakes Triathlon is Sunday, September 8th at 6:30 a.m. and to about 11 a.m. And they're still looking for people to help with that. You can sign up for that event on the same page. And that's it, Pat. Back to you, KA8BSA.
If you would, Keith, would you put an announcement on the Facebook page about that? I was wondering if we were going to hear anything from Ken. I guess you have.
I heard about it from another net, so I thought I would share it with our net.
Yeah, that's great. Like I said, throw something on the Facebook page if you would. I'm all for helping Kenny, and that's a great cause he does that for.
Okay, will do. I'll try to get it on there tonight.
Okay, the trivia question was, what amateur radio band was it most common for the long path use?
Which of the amateur radio bands is most frequently used for long path propagation? A is 80 meters, B is 20 meters, C is 10 meters, and D is 6 meters. And this question is on the extra test.
I would like to guess 80, but I'm sure that's wrong. I'm going to take 10. Nah, that don't sound right either. Because that's a... But the only one I got left is 20. I'll take 20.
Okay, well, you've guessed them all, I think.
My final answer is 20.
Okay, Pat, we'll note that down, and that is all yours again, KA8BSA.
Okay, any other announcements before we continue here? Please call W8CRC.
W8CRC.
Evening, Ted, you got an announcement?
Not much. I think today was about almost as perfect as you could get around here. I just loved it today. That weather was absolutely low humidity. It got down to 32%. And temperature was well under control. Unlike Friday, when it was mid-90s in the heat index and sweltering. Probably for the trivia, I'm going to, I'd want to say probably Charlie. That would be 10 meters. But a lot of times that band isn't open. So I'm going to go say 20 Bravo there.
Yeah, your reasoning's about the same as mine. I would have went with probably with 10, but that band's not open all the time. It's not. That's probably the easiest band to talk long distance on. But we'll see what the answer is at the end of the net. Anything else, Ted?
I'll just listen out there.
Thanks, sir. Anybody else with announcements, and then we'll go ahead and take regular check-ins. Okay, hearing nothing, let's go ahead and open it up to regular check-ins. If you'd like to check into our net, don't have to be a club member. Just have the equipment to do so. Please call W8CRC.
KE8HNK Mobile.
KE8HNK. Good evening, Elmer. Hang loose. Let's see if there's another one or two here, and we'll pick it out here. Anybody else?
KA8GKG.
KA8GKG. Good evening, John. And anybody else?
This is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf. KD8 SLG, Nick in Orville. In and out tonight. Thanks.
Okay, Nick, we got you there when you're on the list. Thanks for checking. And anybody else? Okay, let's head back to the top here. We had PRK, N8 or K8HNK. Good evening, Elmer. What's up?
K8HNK Mobile. Good evening, Pat. Good evening, Keith. I heard you on there. Good evening, Ted. A long time no hear from. Other than that, just kind of sitting here mumbling around. I was trying to figure out why my horn wasn't working on the Jeep, and I found out an airline had came loose. Just to kind of pass along the information, young Willie said to tell you and Keith he said hi, and we will have a one that's going to be signed up for the Laurel exam. We'll be taking it Saturday just to see if she can pass it. So with that, I just want to say everybody have a bright and blessed evening. Stay healthy, stay blessed, and back to net control. K8HNK, back to W8CRC.
Did you have her free reg? Elmer, did you have her pre-register?
Negative, Pat. I'm going to go ahead and do it for her on the website. I got all her information, so including in our FRN number, so she already has that already. So I'll get it registered and go ahead and get it ready for Saturday.
Okay, she needs to pre-register because that goes. I have a piece of software that's got to go into in order for everything to work. So please have her do so. Anyway, is that all you have?
Trivia.
Want to do the trivia?
I'm going to go ahead with old heads here and say 20 meters as well. I believe that because that's probably the best thing, and it's also used a lot of times with gray line propagation. So I'm just going to go ahead and say 20 meters. K8H&K, back to net control.
All right, thanks, Elmer. We will talk, and hopefully see you Saturday, maybe. This is W8CRC. We're looking for. Wait a minute. I got 2 more check-ins here. I can't forget John. What's up, Mr. KA8GKG? What's up?
Good evening, Pat, and hello, everyone on the net. I missed last week. I was upstairs folding clothes about this time and completely forgot about it. Well, right now my clothes are in the dryer. I'll have to fold them later. And I remember tonight to make sure I checked in on the net. I had a nice day off. I put my, I don't know, I think I may have mentioned this, Pat, one night when we were talking, but I put my Jeep in the garage yesterday after I got home from work to have new spark plugs put in it. I got 146,000 miles on the original set, and it's about time to put them in. Anyway, so I picked my car up today, and it runs like a brand new car, even better. So anyway, I guess that's the big news for me. Other than that, I just worked on a couple little projects out here in the shack this afternoon, and enjoyed the very pleasant early fall weather. So I'll toss it back to you, net control up there, and wish everyone a very good night. And trivia, I'd go with 20. I believe 20 is the right answer, and gee, I should know this, but I don't know everything, but I can take a good guess from time to time and be right. So with that, I'll say good night and 7-3. KA8GKG in Akron, back to W8CRC.
All right, John. We got you down for 20. One thing, I'm probably not going to be available over on the other one tonight. I'm still having those radio issues. I've got to diagnose that thing, and if it's anything that is wrong with the radio, I'm probably going to just go get an Alinco. I've been pondering this for a while. I just finding it hard to come off the money. But we'll do it. We'll talk about it. Maybe even tomorrow night. Don't forget the meeting. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and move things on unless you have anything else, John.
No, I don't, but the Linko, I was just sitting here looking at them. There's one that has my attention. It's a dual band, but we'll talk about that later. The only thing I would say is I get you just fine on the input. You're just as clear and loud on the input. It's just you're not making it to the repeater. So just consider that. I would probably think maybe it's more antenna than radio, but if you got your heart set on that Alinco, go get it, because I don't know how many they have up there. We'll talk again later. KAHH.
Well, the thing of it is, when I unkey, I thought I had a mic issue with it. Now when I unkey, it chunks sometimes, and it gurgles and snaps and everything else. So, rather than go completely without with it breaking down, we'll see what happens anyway. I'm not going to tie the net up with this. Okay, we're down to the end of the list as of because KD8 SLG was an in and out check-in. Would anybody else like to check in to answer our trivia question, say hello, and you're doing. This is W8CRC looking for check-ins.
W8SEG mobile.
W8SEG. That has to be Nick.
That is correct. Good evening, Pat. Good evening, Ned. Just wrapping up another baseball practice out here in Hartville, and we got to go to the air show yesterday and had a brief air show exiting traffic net on 2 meters. That was fun. There's only 2 of us, but it was a good net. And that'll be about it. I'll have to listen later for the trivia and the notes. I literally just fired up the truck. Back to the net, W8SEG.
Well, if you want to hear the trivia, that's easy. Introducing the greatest, the GOAT of amateur radio, KA8BSA, with the trivia question.
Well, I don't know all about that, but this is KA8BSA. All right, which of the following amateur bands is most frequently used for long path propagation? A, 80 meters, B, 20 meters, C, 10 meters, and D, 6 meters.
This will be a complete guess, but I will go with 20 meters and hope for the best. Thank you, guys. Back to the net, W8SEG.
All right, Nick, thanks for the check-in, and we've got you down here. Anybody else want to check in? Please call W8CRC.
Whiskey Delta 8, Bravo, Quebec, Sierra, Steve, Carter Falls.
Good evening, Mr. Steve. I know you're chomping at the bit to answer that question.
Yep, I'll take 20 for 500.
The question is 500 what? 500 what? What you got for the net tonight?
Hey, not a whole lot. I don't like this colder weather. A lot of people like it. I mean, I like it cool, but, you know, chilly is not good for me. I just don't like that. Not that I like the humidity either, but I like it warm. So I'll go with that anyhow. But at any rate, it's good if you're working outside, I suppose, the cooler weather. So that's a big plus. You don't get as run down and sweaty. So very good. Yeah, I think 20 meters would be my guess. I was vacillating between 20 and 10, so I'll take 20 because everybody else is doing that. So we'll see what happens with that. And nothing special going on here, so back to the net, I guess, Pat, WD8BQS.
All right, Steve. Hopefully see you tomorrow night. We will be doing a meeting tomorrow night. It's pretty much going to be just a business meeting for the most part. I've got a couple of topics I'd like to bring up. We need to figure out what future presentations we're all going to start looking at, and we got a good one maybe for the September the second meeting, which is looks like the 18th of September. We're going to have we're pondering the idea of show us your POTA. If you have POTA operation, or if you want to come out to the church and set it up for demonstration, stuff like that, we're going to encourage that. Otherwise, we'll just bring the equipment we have, kind of demonstrate it around the room, see what we got. I'm sure it will be an interesting one. And if I can get this DX Commander together, I might actually bring that with me. You never know. But that ain't gonna be this week. That'll be the 18th. Anyway, since Steve's out of breath, let's go ahead and move things on here. Anybody else want to check into the net? Please call W8CRC.
Kilo Charlie 8 on November, Oscar Victor, KC8 NOV, Marty Streetsboro.
Tad. N-O-V. Marty. Wow. What a privilege. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I made you so nervous you dropped everything. Good evening, everyone on the net. KC8NOV.
I don't know if anybody realizes this, but Marty has been a friend of mine for a long time, and he's also a Skywarn coordinator. And he has decided to return with us, and we welcome him with open arms. We need the net controls and everything like that. So he'll be calling me at 2 o'clock in the morning as usual. Only when there's weather. He's not going to. He calls me at 2 o'clock in the morning when there's no weather. His phone might melt. Anyway, let's move things on here. That's all you got, Mart.
I just want to say good evening, everyone. We'll pick 20 meters just like everybody else. We'll be hanging around, and welcome to be back. Thanks, KC8NOV.
Alrighty. Anybody else want to check in? Give me a call. KDS, or, KDS. W8CRC. Got to get my call sign straight here. Please call W8CRC.
November Hotel.
NHNH. Evening, Mark. What's going on?
Not a lot, Pat. Just playing with the new FTM 500 and enjoying it. Learning a lot about it that I didn't know. It's a pretty filled radio as far as options and features go. So there's a little bit of a learning curve, but not too bad.
I can relate to that. I'm working on that antenna that I bought from you guys. I'm at the point now, excuse me here, had to move around. I'm at the point I'm just about ready to cut the radials and the radiators and that. I'm taking it slow because I don't want to screw anything up. That could get expensive. But how do you like the radio?
Far so good. It plays nice. Like I say, there's a learning curve on it. I've never done fusion before, so I'm working through that, but enjoying it. Got great audio.
That's good. That's one thing I'm still pondering that DX10, just because people have told me the receive is better than what the 7300 is. But that'll come down to time when I just can decide to get off my wallet or not.
Well, I can tell you the DX10, you'll throw your 7300 out after you have one of those.
That's what others have told me.
Everybody that we hear that buys them, they come back and say how great it is, and wish they'd have got it sooner and all of that. So anyway, we got to back out of here. We got some stuff to finish up, but we'll say 73s. And do we have a meeting tomorrow night?
Sir.
Say again, I didn't catch that. You clipped it.
Sorry about that. Yes, we do have a meeting. 7:30.
Okay, I thought so. I just wasn't 100% sure. My days are off since I had 2 days off in a row, and that's not normal for me, so it screwed everything up. But okay, we'll say 73s. Good to hear people on that, and look forward to seeing those tomorrow night at the meeting. November 8th, November Hotel. Clear.
All right, Mark. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. Have a grand evening, and don't forget Saturday. I'm counting on you as one of the VEs, so don't forget. With that, I'm going to go ahead and move things on here. Anybody else want to check in before we do the announcements and call it a night?
We'll be there, Pat.
Okay.
November 8, Uniform Kilo
Mike, Chris, Copley Township, in and out. No traffic for the net.
Well, Chris, it's good to hear you, man. And UKM got you. Thanks for checking in. And don't you want to do the trivia?
I'll be honest with you, I forgot it was Tuesday. I noticed it was 7:30. Didn't even think the net would still be running. I figured maybe there might be somebody on and I'd be a late check-in, so I did not hear the trivia.
Well, we can do the trivia. Right, Keith? KABSA?
Okay, trivia question. Of the following amateur radio bands, which is most frequently used for long path propagation? A, 80 meters, B, 20 meters, C, 10 meters, and D, 6 meters. This is KABSA.
I believe the key word being there frequently, I'm going to go with 20 meters. And that's my final answer. NAUCAM.
All right, thanks, Chris. I do appreciate that. Mark, if you're still there, did you want to answer the trivia or did you?
He did.
Okay, never mind. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's anybody else out here. Otherwise, we'll start wrapping it up. If you'd like to check in, please call.
Whiskey 8, Hotel Romeo Foxtrot, W8HRF, Josh, in and out.
W8HRF, Josh. Gotcha, sir. And thanks for the check-in. We're getting up there in numbers. It's almost a record. Did you, Josh, did you want to hit the trivia question quick?
Wait for that to ID. I'll go with 20 meters as well. Yeah, I just pulled in the driveway here and thought I'd give you a number before hopping out. So thanks for getting me in there. W8HRF, back to net control.
Okay, Josh. Thanks for the check-in, and we'll be announcing what the answer is here shortly. Anybody else to check in for our net? Please call. Okay, hearing nothing, I'm going to go ahead and reread the announcements. Of course, you all know that there's a meeting tomorrow night at 2409 Ardwell in Akron. We're near the corner of 91 and where East Market comes into 91. We're a block north of 91 and a block west of, or a block north of East. A block north of East Market Street and a block west of 91. That gives you an idea where we're at. With that, that's the meeting tomorrow night. The other thing I have is we got a testing session coming up Saturday. You have to be pre-registered. You'll have until probably Friday to do that. I'm not going to take any walk-ins. You have to pre-register, so I know what's coming. I won't have enough, probably won't have enough facilities there to do the testing. So you have to pre-register with us. I think that's about it. That testing starts at 10 o'clock Saturday morning. VEs will need to be there about 9:30, and we'll handle it from there. I think that's all of it. Oh, the other thing we had was the 28th Aries is participating in the Akron Marathon. They're looking for help. If we can provide them any help, it would be greatly appreciated. Please go to, I think, County Area's website to sign up, and there's also another smaller run. I think the 7th or something like that. But anyway, both of the information for both of those is on their website. With that, that's all the announcements I've got. One for check-ins, last call, absolute last call. If you'd like to check in with our net, please call W8CRC. Okay, I guess that's a good round number. We can wrap it up tonight. Probably one of the biggest nets we've had in a little while. With that, I'm going to close the net. In preparing to close this net, I'd like to thank everybody personally that checked in with us tonight. Yeah, it may not seem like much, but you guys, the amateur radio community means a lot to us in this and our nets and stuff like that, particularly to me. I love friends. Well, I love the opportunity to check in and chit-chat a little bit. So I don't want to make this all snobby or anything like that, but it is appreciated that you check in. And we're happy you took the time to do so. Well, let's see. This has been N8OQP. My name is Pat, and it's been my pleasure to host this evening's net. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and close her up at what? Oh, we'll get to that. Let's answer the trivia question. My wife had to flag me down here. I'm in a hurry. Keith, Kate, BSA, what's the answer to the trivia question?
Okay, before I give you the answer to the trivia question, the chance opportunities for public service is coming up. I'll repeat that Sunday the 8th is the Portage Lakes Triathlon. It's at 6 a.m. to about 11 a.m. it says. And then the Akron Marathon is September 28th, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can find it, sign up information on summitaries.org is the location to do that. And now, for the trivia question. Which of the following amateur radio bands is most frequently used for long path propagation? And the answer tonight, well, let me read the options first, is A, 80 meters, B, 20 meters, C, 10 meters, and D, 6 meters. And everyone who answered the question tonight got it right. It is 20 meters.
All right, I was one of them. Cool. I'm impressed. That's a trick question, because you would think long path like that, you can talk the longest on 80 meters. Well, not long path like that, or long path's what they're talking about. Some of that stuff's got to go on or has to do with the gray line, and I'm not going to go into everything here, but you had to reason that out. The 10 meters you could pretty much do away with, because that, like everybody else has said, there's only that band's not open all the time, especially not at night. The other answer was not 40, because 40 wasn't in the answer, so it almost had to be 20. Thanks for that. Thanks for that brain teaser, Keith. That was a good one tonight.
And I got it right. Nah.
It's been my pleasure.
All right, let's go ahead and close this thing up for tonight. Like I said, appreciate everybody that took the time to check in. This is N8OQP, and I'm going to go ahead and close the net with 12 check-ins. And it is now 7:42 or 38. 7:38. time. So we will see everybody next week, and hopefully see you Wednesday and Saturday. 7-3 all from N80QP in the net chair. That was a good one.
Yep, I'll have to second that.
So you going to be ready for Saturday or no?
No, I was for some reason thinking I had another week. No, I will not be ready.
Well, don't quit.
Oh, I'm not. And I believe the false club is doing testing on the same day.
I believe that's a week later. I got the info on that. I'd have to get it off my phone, but it's not the same date we're doing ours.
Okay. Well, maybe I can shoot for that one. Have to quit looking at Disney Plus Star Wars and look at what am I using? Ham radio prep.
Yep, that would be a good idea.
Alright, I'm gonna head back upstairs, perform the magic on the stove and make some dinner, and catch y'all later. KA8BSA.
I'm doing bratwurst and french fries with a pretzel. Have a good one, Keith. N80QP.
Alright, 7-3. KA8BSA.